Hi, my name is Dominique Raviart and I work for NelsonHall. I'm the IT Services Practice Manager, and today I'm delighted to be talking about progression testing and the new challenges of progression testing in the light of SaaS applications. Before I start, let me thank Trigent. Trigent is an IT services and ER&D, engineering and R&D service firm based headquartered close to Boston. So thanks, Trigent. In the past few years, we've seen a lot of activity around functional automation, functional test automation. And we've seen two main trends in that space, DevOps and continuous testing. So testing the most recent releases and doing that automatically. We've talked a lot about this, so no need to pursue here. And also we've seen quite a bit of activity on AI, and that's about better testing mostly. So what we call AI-based analytics. And the kind of use cases we've seen is really around, the test case optimization. That's a nice win, and also predicting defects in the next release. So, as you know, progression testing is about testing new builds, and that's mostly around codes, package applications, and really the traditional hurdles, traditional challenges of progression testing have been lack of time, lack of budget. That's typically happening for testing and training. So at the end of the implementation, there's simply no time left and budget left. Most of the ISVs have transitioned to the SaaS model, and the SaaS model is much more than the subscription and the pricing model. It's also about having regular updates, from 2 to 3 each year, and that sort of changes the models and mechanism of testing as well. So because in that case, the client doesn't decide when it is going to update or upgrade. It's just done automatically, just something that's not under his or her control. So suddenly with these updates that are imposed on the client and that bring good innovation, they're imposed into the client in terms of timing, but really they bring a lot of innovation and new functionality, then suddenly there's more of a business case, at least for building test scripts for automating functional testing. And that's why progression testing is the topic of today as well. Now, for automating progression testing, we're not starting from a blank page. So many years ago, I should say, most of the IT service vendors have built repositories of test cases and sometimes test scripts to line them by whatever you call them: transaction, module, code, cloud. So this is not a blank page. There are a number of existing artifacts that can be used. A number of engineering threads, we'll call that accelerators. So there's been quite a bit of activity in that space on model-based testing. So model-based testing is the use of flows, business diagrams that automate certain transactions and then create automatically test cases and scripts. Mobile-based testing is quite exciting. The sort of challenge we've seen with clients is that despite this excitement, it tends to create another set of artifacts somewhere earlier in the projects, and that's been that's been a challenge for clients that didn't want to invest into recreating a new set of artifacts. So adoption of MBT has been decent, but not huge. So we're finding new AI tools, whether they're web crawlers, what we call next generation record and playback, and those tools now tend to automate fairly quickly, I should say immediately, the creation of test scripts. So no more humans. That can be done automatically. Technology is there. It's not fully mature, but it's there. And certainly what the next step is really going to be about client adoption. So we think there's quite a lot of change in progression testing, and AI is going to be a big role in that space, along with the adoption of Agile. So that's really exciting, and that's really what I wanted to share today. So thanks for listening, and have a good day.